Welcome to Post Fight with Ray Thompson. This show is powered by MMA Crypt and MMA Mental. For more interviews and podcasts, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, MMA Crypt and MMA Mental. You can also follow MMA Crypt on Facebook and Twitter. It's at MMA Crypt on Twitter and MMA Crypt on Facebook. To follow me, it's at MMA Mental on Twitter and Ray Thompson on Facebook. I'm now joined by Derek Brunson. Derek's coming off of an impressive victory against Lorenz Larkin at UFC 177, taking his record to 12-3 and his UFC record to 3-1. Derek, thank you very much for joining me.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm very good, thank you, and congratulations on an impressive victory beating a very tough Lorenz Larkin.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No problem. I just want to talk a little bit about the build-up. Now, originally you were due to fight on UFC 176. How did the cancellation of the event affect you?
It didn't affect me too much. It just pushed back my timetable, and obviously I was peaking to fight at that certain time. But I found out that it was pushing the event back like a month before the event was actually supposed to take place. So I was just upset in the sense of I wanted to get out there and compete. So yeah,
absolutely. Now your training was obviously geared for August 2nd, like you said. So how did you have to change your training?
Well, I actually had to just tone down my camp a little bit, because I think every fighter prepares to peak at a certain time, step their cardio up and, pretty much step their intensity up at a certain time so they won't, bang their body up too much and give their body enough time to recover. So I just had to step it down a little bit, and then I turned it back up about 6 weeks out.
Now, moving on to the fight now, obviously you were facing Lorenz Larkin. Now, you both came from Strikeforce, so what were your views on him as an opponent?
I knew he was very good with his stand-up. He's very tricky with his stand-up, very unorthodox, and, he got good hand speed, so I expected all that stuff coming into the fight. So, like I said, I just expected a well-rounded striker.
Now, you mentioned there about his stand-up, and it's fair to say he's a very dangerous striker. Were you worried about being on your feet for so long in the first round?
I wasn't particularly worried about it, but when I that's why MMA and it's so beautiful. It's just so many different aspects, So if somebody's good at one thing, then you can kind of change the fight around and dictate it by taking it somewhere else. So his stand-up was working a little bit early. He was popping out some fast jabs. So that's when I decided, let's change the element of the fight.
Now, you took him down off of a guillotine attempt. How close were you with the guillotine?
Oh, that guillotine was really, really close. I actually should have finished that. But he did a very good job by falling to his back, which obviously put him in a bad position, but it kept him in the fight because I think he was really close to tapping and I did.
Now, in the second round, you were able to take Larkin down again. Now, Larkin was quite active in trying to get back to his feet. How difficult was it for you to control him on the ground?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, anytime you take anybody down in MMA, they're going to be looking to get back to their feet because they don't want to stay on the ground and get punched and pounded and, controlled and, possibly give up submissions. So, yeah, he was definitely active, looking to walk up the cage, just try to get back to his feet. So, just, keeping it basic pretty much, flattening him out whenever he's trying to stand up, and staying real heavy on top and, making sure I'm getting off punches also.
Now, in the final round, you had more success with the takedown and working from top position. How confident were you that you'd done enough to win the fight?
You said how comfortable? Say it again?
How confident were you that you'd done enough to win the fight when it went to the judges?
Oh yeah, I was really confident that I did enough to win the fight. But obviously, I want to go in there and get finishes so I can, get bonuses and stuff like that. So that's more my aim, I thought that if I take him down, I thought maybe I can catch a submission. I got a pretty good submission game from top position. So I was definitely looking, catching slipping on top, maybe catching head and arm triangle, or, Kimura, Anaconda, all that stuff was there. So when I took him down in the third round, I was looking to finish the fight with a submission.
Now, this was the first fight as well in the UFC. You were coming off of a loss. Did you feel any more pressure coming off of a loss?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not saying pressure because I mean, I really don't look at it like that. It's kind of like go out there and perform or get another job. So I'm not saying pressure because I don't really give myself pressure. I just I felt a sense of urgency like I need to go out there and compete, get a win, and get back in the mix and keep getting better and start thinking about putting together some fights in a row.
Now, it's fair to say we've got a really quick turnaround now, because it wasn't that long ago, of course, that you had that fight, and it's since been announced that you'll be fighting in December on UFC on Fox 13 in Phoenix against Ed Herman, a UFC veteran. What are your views on Ed Herman as an opponent?
As solid. He's good in every area. He's very good off his bat. So he's not going to be a guy you can just take down and just kind of stay there. You don't have to work for positions on bottom. Good striker. He keep coming forward. So he's just a game opponent. He's been around for a long time, and he's solid. He's very well versed, and he's not like great at any one thing. I would probably say jiu-jitsu is his better thing, but he's pretty good at everything. So.
Yeah, he's a pretty solid fighter. It's going to be a really good fight. Now, I really appreciate you giving me your time, and congratulations on picking up your third UFC victory.
Thank you.
And before we let you go, Derek, just want to give you a chance to do any shout-outs. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, and also let the listeners know about your Facebook and your Twitter?
If anybody want to check me out or hit me up, you can hit me up at Derek Brunson MMA on Twitter there, or you can find me at Derek Brunson on my athlete page on Facebook. Just want to thank my management team. Got a pretty good management, VDF marketing. John Fosco, that's my agent. So I got a good team behind me. I'm just looking forward to big things in the UFC and stringing together some wins and just keeping the consistency and getting finishes.
Well, I can't wait to see you step back in the cage. I'm certainly looking forward to the fight between yourself and Ed Herman.
Thank you.